The fight against the Los Angeles wildfires continue, and people are coming together to support those impacted. But the Better Business Bureau wants to make sure your donations go to those in need. Joining us live now over Zoom with more information and here to help is Mondi Donaldson from the BBB. Mondi, the video and photos from California are devastating, but scammers are using those to take advantage. Tell us how.
Yes, they are. And so we want to give you some tips today on how to fight those fraudulent firefighters, because they are some people out there that are trying to take advantage of these people who have lost literally everything, and they're trying to get you to give money to them rather than to the real victims.
So what do we need to look out for? How can we make sure, especially people in our state, we're not close to California, how can we make sure our money is getting to those folks, getting to the people in need?
That's a great question. So the very first place you want to start is at give.org. That is a national organization that tells you what is a legitimate charity. You can also go to the state of California, and they will have a list of legitimate licensed charities. So a couple of tips you want to know are, how will the money be used? Is it for housing? Is it for food? Is it for shelter? What is it for these people? But there's some other bad things going on that we really need people to know about today.
What are some red flags? If we're scrolling on social media, we see a post, maybe it's something that a friend of ours is sharing. What is something we need to look out for?
You need to watch out for those celebrity endorsements, and maybe because a lot of them were affected as well. So there again, go to that celebrity's real page and see if there's something about it. If it's something that's a crowdfunding source, if it's somebody that you actually know and they say the person is their relative, then I think you're relatively safe. But if you just see something like help these poor animals, well, you don't know whether those are animals that were even affected by the fire, if this is a legitimate charity. So there again, you check with the BBB, you type in the word of that charity, you look for a street address, you look for a website, and you look specifically to see what they say about their board of directors and how the money is going to be used.
Mondi, you mentioned give.org. Are there any other organizations that you know of for sure that are legitimate and are helping these people?
Right, yes, the American Red Cross, the California Community Foundation Wildlife Fire Fund. And one more quick thing that we have seen this week is that people are now setting up Venmo accounts or Cash App accounts on some of the charities like the ones I've mentioned. And so these bigger charities some of them do not take Venmo. They do not take Cash App. So there again, don't click on an unsolicited link or text. Go to the charity site itself.
All right, Mondi, give us that website and the BBB's website one more time for people who are looking for information and looking for ways to help.
Right, you can go to give.org. That is the main one I would recommend. You could also just go to bbb.org/scam tracker or just the bbb.org site, and there are all sorts of tips, further tips on what you can do to protect yourself and then your help to these needy people.
All right, Mondi, thanks so much for joining us here on Alabama Live. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you.